It's a GRBL South Division tilt with significant playoff implications on the line. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Rance Berger. Welcome you in to Sky Bacon Stadium in Ozark, Missouri, home of the Grip and Rip Baseball League and the site of this sandwich game. The Ozark Mountain Ducks, the Branson Showmen, set to come up and come at you in just a few moments. Let's quickly meet the starters. First, for the Ozark Mountain Ducks, they come into today's game, one win against 3 defeats, trying to fight their way out of the cellar in the GRBL South. Their starting second baseman will lead off today. He's number 4 out of Springfield, Missouri, Zach Ralph, batting second. The shortstop wears number 11 from Marionville, Missouri, Skylar Henson. Batting third from Branson, Missouri, he's the first baseman, number 14, Justin Parker. Batting fourth, the strength and conditioning coach out of Rolla, Missouri, the third baseman, number 16, David Edwards. Batting fifth and playing left field today, number 8, Kyle Carpenter. Batting in the 6th spot out of Willard, Missouri, he's the catcher, number 1, a veteran of the U.S. Army, Devin Phillips. In the 7th spot is number 7, the starting pitcher today, the beef cattle farmer from Sleeper, Missouri, Seth Big Daddy Beef Burns. Batting in the 8th spot is the center fielder. He wears number 6. That's Thomas McFarland. In the 9th spot is the right fielder, Mr. Catch 365, number 10, Ethan Bryan. And in the 10th spot today, some say he looks an awful lot like the Caped Crusader. He will wear number 12. That's the extra hitter, Nick Bacon. So it's Ralph, Henson, Parker, Edwards, Carpenter, Phillips, Burns, McFarland, Bryan, and Bacon for the Ozark Mountain Ducks today. Battery mates, Devin Phillips catching the gas from Seth, third degree Burns. Branson Showmen are the home team on the board today, wearing their purple jerseys with white numerals and letters, gray pants to go with their gray and purple caps. They will lead off with the shortstop. He wears number 4, second-year man in the GRBL, Carter Rennie. Batting second is the veteran in left field, number 6, Logan Prock. Batting third, the newest member of the 50 Hit Club in the GRBL. He's wearing number 10, Jacob Carlson. Batting fourth is the catcher, number 14, Jared Fox. Hitting in the 5th spot, just activated from injury after a run-in at his aquarium job with a Goliath grouper. That's number 16, the designated hitter, Toby Yorks. Batting in the 6th spot is the first baseman from Caracas, Venezuela, now Ozark, Missouri, David Rodriguez. In the 7th spot is the pitcher, wearing number 9, Tyler Abma. In the 8th spot is the third baseman, number 12, Calvin Dreyer. Batting 9th is the second baseman, originally from Enumclaw, Washington, now Branson, Missouri. It's number 2, Matt Spangler. And batting 10th is the extra hitter from Branson West, Missouri, John McGreevy. So it's Rennie, Prock, Carlson, Fox, Yorks, Rodriguez, Abma, Dreyer, Spangler, and McGreevy for the Branson Showmen today. They will also start West Plains, Missouri native Brady Dean in right field. He is being DH'd for the moment. We expect him to enter and get some hacks before this one is done. Both of these teams actually without their player managers today. Austin Kendrick, with an illness, I understand, is going to miss this one for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. So Tony Lewis, the active manager once again for the Ozark Mountain Ducks for a second consecutive week. Branson Showmen are without their skip, Cole Rourke, today due to some unforeseen circumstances. So I do believe, and I actually don't know this with 100% certainty, that center fielder Jacob Carlson is going to act as the manager for the Branson Showmen today. So both of these teams drifting with different than expected leadership, but leadership and capability nonetheless. Mountain Ducks and Showmen coming at you right after this.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. the commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
Charlie Foley and Wesley Hughes, the umpires for today's game. Foley and Hughes, and all of the umpires here in the Grip and Rip League, both come to us by way of the Mid-America Umpires Union, and we certainly thank those men and women for being willing to be part of the game and making league operations possible for us here in 2023. Thanks to everybody at the MAU. Just about set to get going, Tyler Abma on the hill for the Branson Showman. When he's been good, he's been very good. 18 innings overall here in 2023. This his first season in Grip and Rip. 5 earned runs on 18 hits, a league high 29 strikeouts against 5 walks. So it's a 2.50 ERA for Tyler Abma, who starts Zach Ralph off with a fastball at the letters for a strike. First pitch, 3:14 p.m. Ralph swung and fouled that one off. Fall behind 0-2. Tyler Abma had a no-hitter. 5 innings against the Nixa Suckers back in the second week of the season. 78 pitches. 5 innings, no earned runs, no hits, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Ralph checked it and then inadvertently grounded into play. Abma off the mound, throw over to first, and David Rodriguez is in time. Abma got roughed up a little bit at the hands of the Ozark Mountain Ducks in the 3rd week of his GRBL debut season. He pitched 3 innings against the Quack Pack that day, gave up 5 earned runs on 8 hits. Struck out 4, didn't walk anybody, but certainly those 5 earned runs were a big part of why the Mountain Ducks prevailed the first time these two teams met in the 2023 season. That was the game right before the Labor Day break, so talking about August 27th. Abma rebounded beautifully a week ago against Moon City on Sunday the 10th. 5 innings, no earned runs, 5 hits, struck out 10. He's in a 1-1 here with the Marionville Comet Skylar Henson, whose offense has been a bright spot for the Mountain Ducks. He's hitting .333, 5 for 15 with a double, 3 runs scored. Henson hit .379 a season ago. Swings and chops this one to the third baseman, Calvin Dreyer, up with it. Little hop step, but his throw to David Rodriguez without incident for the second out. It's going to bring up JP, Justin Parker. Oh, we mentioned offensive bright spots. If you had to pick one for Ozark, this is it. 7 for 16, JP. A home run, a triple, 2 doubles. So not only is he hitting, he is slugging. He also leads the team with 6 runs batted in. Parker, a native of Branson, Missouri, now makes his home in Republic. Wife Christina and a couple of kiddos. Works as the sales manager for McCoy Auto Group. 0-1. Jam shot, swung on. It's going to stay on the infield. Carter Rennie, the shortstop, runs in and hauls that in, no problem. So 3 up, 3 down for the Mountain Ducks to get us started. Game number 2 of our Sunday triple header just underway, and we are scoreless. It is Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free all day long on our YouTube channel. Make sure you have liked and subscribed so you never miss a minute when your favorite player is in the game.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are gonna feel awesome!
Seth, third-degree burns, gets his second consecutive start for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Runs a beef cattle operation in Sleeper, Missouri, pretty close to Stoutland. Part of the sprawling Lebanon, Missouri metroplex, I guess. Seth this season, 12 innings, 15 earned runs on 17 hits, 10 walks and 9 strikeouts. Last outing was one in which he got hit early, gave up 4 consecutive hits at the start of the start, and then settled down and didn't allow any other hits for the remainder of the 5 innings that he pitched that day. So the line in his last game, 5 innings, 3 earned on 4 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a hit batsman. So for his last 4 consecutive innings, we have seen what Seth Burns can be at his best. But the question is, which Seth Burns is going to show up here? We'll get an idea as Carter Rennie stands in the batter's box for the Branson Showman, native of Licking, Missouri. Swings late and fouls one off first base side. Carter Rennie, 22 years old, 3 for 16 for the campaign. One of those hits is a double. This is up the middle. Shortstop Skylar Henson is the one who fields it, and his throw on the run right on the button for the first baseman Justin Parker, and the out. It's a 6-3 ground out. Bottom of the first inning just underway. 0-0 the score between the Mountain Ducks and the Showman. Branson comes into this 2 wins against 2 defeats. They would like to get the win today to at least stay even with the other team in the GRBL South, the Nixa Suckers, who just pulled off a 12-7 win in the noon game against Moon City. That was way up there, but then it came back down into the glove of the center fielder Thomas McFarland for the Mountain Ducks for the second out. So Logan Prock retired, and that will bring up Jacob Carlson. In center field today, absolutely been beasting, 6 for 15 with 3 runs batted in. 51 hits for his career. He had 16 of them a season ago for Branson, and that was a big reason why he was tagged as the franchise player for the Puple Gang for 2023. And the franchise tag, it's a little bit unique here in the Grip and Rip League. Every year, all of the rosters are wiped. Well, I'll finish explaining in a moment. This ball is launched off the wall in dead center field. That is 400 feet and then some on the fly by Jacob Carlson, who stands up for a triple. Goodness sakes. That would have been a home run at a lot of places, but not at U.S. Baseball Park, where the 16-foot wall wins again. Jacob Carlson absolutely launched that. And so he's in scoring position with 2 down for the catcher Jared Fox, who is 9 for 15 and has 52 hits in his career. He was the 5th player to ever join, or check that, the 4th player to join the 50-hit club. Then Carlson did it a couple weeks later. So 2 of the all-time best hitters in the history of this league are in the 3 and 4 spots in this Branson lineup. The 1-0 to Fox, swung on and chopped. That's going to get over the head of the third baseman. It's an RBI base hit for Foxy. It is his 10th hit of the season, and above all else, it is a 1-0 lead for the Branson Showmen. Nice job by Fox, taking what was given. Fox is going to come off. Courtesy runner Coulter Rance comes on. That's another unique rule of grip and rip baseball. Courtesy runners are allowed for catchers and for pitchers. So what that does is it allows Jared Fox to go to the dugout and put on his armor. Well, here is the 2023 debut of Rolla, Missouri native Toby Yorks, who had a non-baseball injury that has held him out of action for the first 4 weeks of the season. But Toby, Red Poseidon, is back from a lower back injury. Looks at a strike there. So Toby works at the aquarium where he is an aquarist, a zookeeper, except for marine life. And it was a Goliath grouper. The fish torqued in the wrong direction at the wrong time and injured the lower back of Toby Yorks. Well, that time, Toby went at the wrong time, a swing over the top of a change from Seth Burns, so he goes down on strikes. 3 outs on the board, but not before the Showmen get a run. A triple by Jacob Carlson and an RBI single for Jared Fox make it 1-0. Mountain Ducks will try to answer in the second. That's coming at you right after this.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Tyler Abma back to work for Branson. So back to the franchise rule. This is one thing that makes grip and rip baseball unique, is that every year the rosters are wiped clean, save for the 6 player managers. And for this year, for the second consecutive year, all 6 player managers were retained under contract with the league, so that all stayed the same. But 2023 was the first year for the franchise rule. It was sort of a mutual agreement that would allow up to 6 players to bypass the GRBL draft and lock themselves onto rosters for 2023. It works like this. First, it is the club's option to extend a franchise offer to a player from the previous season, and then the player has the option to either accept or decline. So the agreement is mutual in that way. If the player doesn't want to take the franchise offer, he or she may say no thanks and show up for tryouts and enter the GRBL draft. Or they can take the offer and stay with their same manager from the previous season. The franchise player for the Branson Showmen, first in history, is out in center field today, Jacob Carlson. 1 for 1 with a triple so far, and in the absence of his manager Cole Rourke, is sort of acting as the skip for the Showmen today. David Edwards has fallen behind Tyler Abma 0-2. Abma comes back with the heat. 4-seam fastball. Down goes Edwards. It's Tyler Abma's first strikeout of the day. 1 down. He had 10 of them a week ago. We'll see if Abma can get hot again. Kyle Carpenter could spoil it for him. Left-hander out of St. Charles, Missouri, who now resides in Springfield, is 3 for 10 in 2023 with a run batted in. Kyle had 10 hits as a member of the Republic Locos a season ago. It's his 3rd year in the league, 3rd team. Here's a swing and a grounder right side. Spangler up with it for the Showman, and his throw to Rodriguez at first in time. Bring up Devin Phillips, the catcher. Phillips, second year in the league, second year with the Ozark Mountain Ducks. He's been hitting it well. We've seen an uptick in offense out of Phillips, who is 5 for 12, 4 runs batted in. If he can go 2 for something today, that will bring his hit total in line with the number of kids he and his wife Zoe have. 7 of them. One just born about a month before the season got, or a couple of months before the season got going. I believe their youngest son was 2 months old on tryout day. 1-0 that time, and Phillips took a cut at an inside fastball from Abma for a strike. So Devin Phillips, very good high school baseball player at Willard. Thought about college baseball, but opted instead to join the United States Army and served a couple of years, or I should say a couple of stints, rather. A total of 6 years, I believe. He was an infantryman. 1-2 pitch from Abma. Phillips reaches out and pokes it. First base side, Rodriguez underhand flip to Abma, who reached out and barehanded it. Rodriguez stuck the glove up to his mitt. I believe that was a thank you, thank you, thank you kind of thing there. Tyler Abma hangs on, and it is a 1-2-3 inning by the Showman. 1-0 is the score. Showman out in front. They will bat in the bottom of the second right after this.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
.77 degrees under sunny skies. We have hit today's afternoon high. Absolutely beautiful. Clear blue high ceiling. The weather's pretty mild. Winds out of the north-northwest at about 10 miles per hour, but it is a beautiful day to come out, sit out wherever you are. See a few umbrellas up to block the sun's rays, but there's plenty of shady seating to be found here at Sky Bacon Stadium for those who are looking for some shade. Should be in for an absolutely beautiful night tonight for baseball night in the Ozarks. The Springfield Metropolitans take on the Republic Locos. But on to more pressing matters. It is 1-0. The Branson Showmen up top of the Ozark Mountain Ducks, and the Showmen come to bat bottom of the second. David Rodriguez, Tyler Abma, and Calvin Dreyer scheduled to come to scratch. Rodriguez turned on one and rifled it foul. Teammate Kurt Brand over there coaching first had to hit the deck to get out of the way. 0-1 for David. That was over the plate from Seth Burns. Nothing in 2. Burns, breaking pitch. Yes, rung it up, running it in on the hands of David Rodriguez, who goes down on strikes. Second strikeout today for third degree Seth Burns. It's going to bring up Tyler Abma for Branson. Abma now lives in Branson. He's originally from Miller, Missouri, went to Drury University, and then moved out west. He's been living in Sandy, Utah, up until this past GRBL off-season when he came back to Southwest Missouri. Found his way back onto the amateur baseball scene here and into the GRBL. Abma 5 for 17 headed into this plate appearance. Looked at a strike there to make it 1-1. 4 singles and a double for Abma. He has also drawn 1 walk. Burns throws him a cement mixer. This is grounded to third. David Edwards gets the ball across to Justin Parker in time for the out. So on we go to the number 8 position in the order, Calvin Dreyer, the City Utilities water line installer, or as he calls it, a professional player in the mud. Stands in. Calvin 5 for 14. He's batted in 2 runs. A little bit feast or famine for Dreyer, who's got 5 strikeouts to his credit as well. Coming off of a 9-hit season and a championship win with the Springfield Metropolitans in 2022. Swings and lifts this one as Burns got him to chase upstairs. That is going to go just into the outfield, but no problem for the Ozark second baseman, Zach Ralph, who makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down for the Mountain Ducks defense, and the score stays 1-0. Branson Showman out in front.
Redline Athletics is the Ozark's #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
The thirsty third inning, a real crowd pleaser. Fans 21 and older who find themselves in possession of a foul ball during the thirsty third are able to take that ball to the concession stand and receive an ice-cold brewski, courtesy of GRBL Commissioner Tony Lewis. Third inning always gets a little bit nutty up in here. Here's Seth Burns. It'll be Burns, McFarland, and Bryan for the Mountain Ducks this inning. They trail 1-0, top of the third. Burns swings and misses. Tyler Abma gassed him up. Oh, 1 pitch high and out of the zone. Seth Burns in 2023, 3 for 11 with a double, a run scored. He's been hit by a pitch, he's walked, he has struck out twice. So in true Seth Burns fashion, a little bit of everything. Seth out of Evangel University, 31 years old, broke into the league in 2020. He's been with the Mavericks, the Suckers, the Showmen, and now the Mountain Ducks. Sometimes that happens here in Grip and Rip. Good thing is it's site specific, so it's not like Seth actually has to go anywhere, but sort of found himself with that distinction of always good enough to land on a roster, but sometimes he impresses different managers in different years through tryouts, and thus ends up with new digs. He's excited about the Mountain Ducks on draft night, I know. Seth really appreciates the history of baseball here in southwest Missouri. It was a dropped third strike, and then Jared Fox rifled a throw. Rodriguez couldn't hang on. The right fielder, Dean, did a good job of getting over there to back it up, but Seth Burns is going to end up turning a strikeout into the result you would get from a double. So Tyler Abma allows his first base runner of the day here in the third inning. E2 goes on the board, and Thomas McFarland bats with a man in scoring position. So we will see Tyler Abma from the stretch for the first time. Thomas McFarland, and we're getting a short intermission there as he walks up to happy birthday. He's got a cheering section. They've got hats, signs, I see balloons. There's a whole Thomas McFarland fan club here. It looks just like a birthday party right in the middle of the stadium. This is great. So happy birthday, Thomas McFarland. We'll see if he can turn his birthday into something big at this at bat. Thomas out of Maryland Heights, Missouri. 2 for 7 for the campaign. Does have 2 runs batted in, so golden opportunity to add to all of the good totals in the stat column. That is a crew. That's got to be at least a dozen people down there in the Thomas McFarland birthday section. .2-0 pitch, swung on. This is lifted into foul territory. David Rodriguez hangs on. So no birthday gift that time for Thomas McFarland, as the Branson first baseman made the catch in foul territory, and he's catching a little bit of heat for it. What are you doing? Making a guy foul out on his birthday. Here's Ethan Bryan. 1 for 3 is Mr. Catch 365. Chased a high fastball and sent it back. Oh, and a Thomas McFarland birthday party member just got a thirsty third foul ball. I see. He was thinking about a brewski. Looks like he's going to get to enjoy that. 0-1. Abma from the belt. Whew, swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball. Right on the outer half. Abma did that to success 10 times a week ago against the Mavericks. 0-2. Same pitch. This is grounded to the shortstop, Rennie. A little bit of trouble, but he got the throw to Rodriguez in time. Ball had a little bit of a wet bar of soap effect for Carter Rennie, but he stayed down on it. And he got the throw over to David at first in time. So a 6-3 ground out for Ethan Bryan. 2 down, runner on second, and the batter, Nick Bacon. Now lives in Marshfield, Missouri. Moved around a little bit in his youth, but likes to call Jefferson City his hometown. Looked at a fastball. It ricochets off of Jared Fox. He will throw a dart to third, and no, then the runner got off the bag, and then he's called safe because the third baseman dropped the ball. It's a courtesy runner, that's Devin Braswell running for the Ducks. Overslid the bag and then got a gift from Calvin Dreyer and the Showman. So he's 90 feet away from tying this ball game, Braswell. Nick Bacon ahead in the count 1-0. Former lead singer of The Endless Summer. Look him up on Spotify. There's a high, tight fastball. It's 2-0 to Bacon. Make that 3-0. So Nick, of course, not touring with the Endless Summer anymore. I guess even the Endless Summer had a point of termination. 3-0 pitch. There's a strike, but the music lives on. I celebrate the band's catalog. Matter of fact, go check out the song Satellites, which, believe it or not, charted in Japan. Yes, I'm serious. 3-1, breaking ball, make it 3-2. Nice piece of pitching from Tyler Abma, battling back from a 3-0 count. We are full up. Nick's back in. Tyler Abma from the belt. Fastball. Oh, it's a punch out. Bacon can't believe it, but Tyler Abma rings up strikeout number 2, or strikeout number 3 rather, on the day. And the Ducks stay scoreless. 1-0 the lead for the Branson Showmen. Back right after this.
If you and I knew plumbing, you and I would never need to call United Plumbing, UNITED. But you and I can't fix a pipe or a faucet filled with lime, so we always call United, and they're there right on time. You and I once tried it, then decided to call United, treating you and I the way you and I would want to be. So call United Plumbing, UNITED. United Plumbing.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Back to work for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. They trail the Branson Showmen 1-0. Bottom of the third. It'll be Matt Spangler, John McGreevy, and then back to the top of the order, Carter Rinney for Branson this inning. Logan Prock out of Lebanon, Missouri would get a chance to take some cuts should anyone reach safely. Here's Matt Spangler, Washington State native, now resides in Branson, Missouri, playing for the hometown club for the first time in his career. In the town ball era, he's been with the Moon City Mavericks, part of a championship-winning club in 2021, played for the Republic Locos last year, hit .267 in 2022. Thus far, he is 3-for-11. As a member of the Branson Showmen, with a couple batted in, 2 scored. He has also walked twice. Swung and missed. That time did Spangler. It's 1-1. Matt works for Capital Vacations, handling the business side of travel arrangements for folks as they come to visit Southwest Missouri or a lot of other destinations. Pretty big footprint for Capital. And they have been Spanky's long-standing player sponsor in this league, so we appreciate them bringing us Matt Spangler baseball on an annual basis. Well, Matt Spangler has found himself in a sticky situation with Seth Burns. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out in the bottom of the third. It's a breaking ball. Matt swung, and they're going to say he got a piece, so we will do it again. Matt kind of walked out of the box like it was a dropped third strike, but the man in charge, Charlie Foley, said that was a foul tip. So here we go, 3-2. Another breaking pitch from Burns. Swung on, slow grounder to the shortstop. Henson will have to hurry, but no problem for the Marionville Comet. Slinging it over to Parker for the out. Second assist for Skylar Henson in this game, and it brings up John McGreevy. McGreevy starting off as the extra hitter for the Showman. He can catch, he can play some outfield, do a little bit of everything. By day, he's an engineering technician who does CAD software drafting. Lives in Branson West. Came to Southwest Missouri from Orlando, Florida, and has played some amateur baseball there. Matter of fact, last played for a team called the Orlando Bears in a 25 and older league. Grip and Rip's a little different. It's a 21 and older league, and there's no ceiling up above it for anyone to age into, so there's no hanging around or perhaps even lying about your age to get into a 35 and up league. It is as the name implies. You turn 21, you grip it, you rip it. John McGreevy 2 for 8 thus far. Holder of an international studies degree from the University of South Florida. Looked that one by high and tight. The 3-0 pitch from Seth Burns ran inside, and McGreevy is aboard with a walk. And so with that, Carter Rennie will come to the plate. Back to the leadoff spot we go. Carter Rennie in to face Burns, who deals it from chin level when he comes set. Fired a slider for a strike. Nothing in one. Like Seth was trying to change that time, and it exited his hand a little too early, resulting in a ball to Carter Rennie. Back to the curve. Seen a few more breaking pitches out of Seth Burns today. Gotten positive results for the most part. It's 2-1. Another curve. That was a strike, and so we're all even 2-2. If you're just joining us, both of these teams, the Mountain Ducks and the Showmen, playing without their managers today, so both teams with acting managers. Tony Lewis for the Ozark Mountain Ducks getting a little bit of help from his Hall of Fame father-in-law Steve Lale. Branson Showman without Cole Rourke have Jacob Carlson skipping the club today. Also seen the Showman use different combination of base coaches. Rennie lines this one up the middle. That caught the lip of the pitcher's mound. Nice adjustment from Skylar Henson, who turns the double play. The Mountain Ducks shortstop has been slick on the infield. A 6-3 double play. And we will go to inning number 4 with the Branson Showmen still clinging to a 1-0 advantage over the Ozark Mountain Ducks.
I need a change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible. Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
awesome! I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Well, the first managerial decision for Jacob Carlson of the Showmen is a fine one. He's going to leave Tyler Abma in there to pitch for Branson, so therefore he's got the 3+ designation for the Showman today. Kind of smelled this one coming before the game even started with the way Abma has been throwing. So Tyler Abma can pitch through the end of the 5th inning, at which point Branson will have to make a pitching change. Abma will hit the innings limit. After that, any pitcher who enters the game for the Showman will be limited to no more than 3 innings of work, per the innings restriction rules of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Zach Ralph tried to check, trying to sell that as high and tight. The man in charge not buying, and it is strike 1. So Tyler Abma has faced 1 man above minimum thus far. Facing Zach Ralph, it's 1-1 now as he bounced one. Ran a fastball out that time, and so Zach Ralph being careful with strike zone management here. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss. Two balls, 2 strikes for Zach Ralph. One of the weirdest announcements over the PA I've ever heard just occurred. Blooper to the second baseman, Matt Spangler, no problem. So Daniel Davis, my counterpart over on the opposite side of the press box, announced that the AA minor league club, the Springfield Cardinals, clinched a spot in the Texas League playoffs, which is great. And then Daniel probably got word from the Grip and Rip Baseball League commissioner, an order perhaps rather than a request, that he announce all 6 Grip and Rip Baseball League teams have clinched playoff spots for 2023. Tony Lewis, ladies and gentlemen, always competitive when it comes to that market share. 1-0 pitch to Skylar Hinson, nibbles the outer half of the zone for a strike. 1-1. Hinson grounded out to the third baseman last time. Swung on, grounded right side. Matt Spangler with it for the Showman. His throw to Rodriguez in time for the out. It's been a busy inning for Matt Spangler. One of, in my mind, one of the best defensive second basemen in 8 years of Grip and Rip Baseball League play, is holding it down just fine. Here's Justin Parker. JP now. Still the leading hitter on this Mountain Ducks club, 7 for 17. First pitch he saw is out of the zone, ball 1. Parker played junior college baseball at Labette College in Kansas. 1-0 pitch, swung on and chased. Parker in Season 2 as a member of the Table Rock Lake Monsters. That would be 2017, batted .457, drove in 11 runs, and had what is now a share of the league's single-season record for hits with 16 of them. He and Michael Antonio both had 16 that season, 2017. Since then, 3 other players have joined them, and they all did it in 2022. Harrison Waters of the Springfield Mets, Trent Simpson of the Republic Locos, and Jacob Carlson with these Branson Showmen you see today. So 4 of the 5 of the ball players sharing that single-season hit record are still in the league. Pretty good testament to the traditions being built out here every Sunday. The 1-2 swing and a foul. Parker never saw it, I don't think. Got a piece nonetheless, so we'll do another 1-2 pitch with 2 down. Tyler Abma trying to get out of this 4th inning unscathed. Justin Parker, never an easy out. Fastball swung on, hit hard to the shortstop. Rennie up with it, spins. Rodriguez was off the bag, but the tag was on the body of Justin Parker. So the Showman certainly made that exciting, but ultimately it's a 6-3 out. Tyler Abma puts another donut on the scoreboard, and the Branson Showmen lead the Ozark Mountain Ducks 1-0. Bottom of the 4th right after this.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are gonna feel awesome.
Ozark Mountain Ducks, managerially speaking, Tony Lewis and Steve Lale are going to match the Branson Showman's pitching plan for the moment. Seth Burns will get another inning of work here in the bottom of the 4th, and deservedly so in my mind. He's allowed 2 hits thus far, struck out 2, walked 1. It'll be Logan Prock, Jacob Carlson, Jared Fox for the Branson Showman. Absolutely tough part of the order right here. I would actually say the 3 toughest outs in the order, perhaps. Not to sell short the 3 guys after them, Yorks, Rodriguez, and Abma. I mean, that's not easy. This Branson lineup, quite frankly, is pretty good up and down, 1 through 10. 1-0 pitch to Logan Prock is up and out of the zone. Mountain Ducks defensively are as they started the game. Phillips behind the dish, Edwards at third, Hinson at shortstop, Ralph at second, Parker at first. Carpenter, McFarland, and Bryan are the outfielders. Three-one pitch, curveball, rung him up for strike 2. So Logan Prock, Being picky with the breaking stuff from Seth Burns. Here comes the payoff pitch. Another curve. Oh, he walked him too high. So Proc is aboard. Second walk Seth Burns is issued today. And Logan Proc is on for Jacob Carlson. Well, no joke, Jake. Now 7 for 16. Curveball. Whew. Carlson was sitting dead red. He was way out in front of that. Swing looked good, but there was not a baseball on the end of it. 0-1. Runner goes. Burns saw him. His throw to the shortstop Henson is in time, and Proc is caught. Well, Logan Proc had a good idea, but Seth Burns gave pause. Was able to hear that call. Runner got the ball to Henson, who did the rest. Logan Proc is caught stealing, and that cleans the sheets for Carlson, who looks at a slider for a strike. These two, Burns and Carlson, teammates a season ago. Jacob still with the Branson club. Seth Burns snatched up in the third round of the GRBL draft by the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Seth ran that one in. One and two. Back to the slider he went. That's down and out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the sure-handed center fielder out of College of the Ozarks, Jacob Carlson. He was ready for the curve that time. So ready he was in front of it. Foul ball. Mountain Ducks have a lefty throwing in their bullpen. That's Devin Braswell. Burns throws a 2-2 to Carlson that is launched way back in the air left field. That will get down one hop and it is off the wall. Carlson rounds second and heads for third. Gets the whoa sign and slides. He is safe. That is 2 triples in today's game for Jacob Carlson. My goodness me. Absolutely annihilated that baseball. And sets up another RBI opportunity for the Showman catcher Jared Fox with 1 out. Just about anything to the outfield would do it for Fox, the Branson Showman here, with the way Jacob Carlson can run. But Jared Fox is 10 for 16 for the campaign, coming off of an 11 for 30 season with Branson last year. So Foxy, 52 hits and counting. Make that 53 hits and counting in his GRBL career. On point. Missouri State, or excuse me, University of Missouri S&T graduate Jared Fox, the engineer, gets out of the way of a curveball without much bend to it. So he's ahead 3-0. Jared originally from Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Canada, but now lives in Ozark, Missouri. And they will walk him. So that puts men on the corners for the batter Toby Yorks. And as we've seen now for the second time, Coulter Rance runs for Jared Fox. Carlson still at third, second base unoccupied. First and third for Toby Yorks with 1 out. Yorks a switch hitter. Went to Central Methodist University, NAIA level, in Fayette, Missouri. Graduated in 2012. Or check that, graduated high school in 2012, finished out at Central Methodist, I believe, in 2017. He's ahead here, 2-0. Seth Burns suddenly having trouble finding the strike zone. It's now 3-0. Toby with 28 hits for his career. This is his 4th season, but it's his first action of 2023. He's been out with a back injury, and he just took the free pass. 3 walks this inning for Seth Burns. That's going to bring the whole infield in for the Mountain Ducks. Not a mound visit at this point, but this is Skylar Hinson kind of taking charge as the infield captain, telling the Ducks what they are going to do with the bases juiced. 1-0 is the lead for the Branson Showmen at the moment. Bottom of the 4th, and David Rodriguez bats. Struck out last time. 1 down, he swings and grounds this one foul, first base side. Good cut. Oh, 0-1 for David. Set back on the curve. This is put in the air into shallow left. Kyle Carpenter makes the catch and then fires home. Edwards tried to cut it off and couldn't, and now nobody is at third base, and now nobody is at second base, so the runners move up. The Showmen score. It'll be a sac fly officially for David Rodriguez, and a ribby first and foremost. 2-0 is the score. Showman out in front, and then some smart base running. Put 2 men into scoring position for Tyler Abma. Abma grounded to third last time. Watched the curveball dip away from the zone. Ball 1. One 1-0 to Abma. Burns answered back with a 2-seam fastball, but that's high and tight. Curveball, no, inside, and Abma in a hitter's count, 3-0. 2-0 lead for Branson. 2 outs on the board. Seth Burns trying to bear down. Missed, low and away, and Abma will take a walk to a previously unoccupied first base, so that loads him up again. Sets up force outs everywhere, but it also creates a tremendous opportunity for Calvin Dreyer. Dreyer hitting .333 with 2 batted in and a run scored. He is 5 for 15. Open right-handed stance for Dreyer against the righty Burns, who missed outside, and it is just falling away for Seth Burns. The command that was so sharp in the first 3 innings of this game has deteriorated, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it. Mountain Ducks tried a check throw to first. Runner was able to get back in time. That's Kurt Brand running for Tyler Abma. It's the speedy Coulter Rance at third, the crafty Toby Yorks at second, and the extra crafty Kurt Brand at first. This is popped. It's going to stay in the ballpark, into foul territory, and caught. Second baseman Zach Ralph turned on the wheels. Looked like he juggled it ever so slightly, but he held on, and that's the bottom line. Dreyer is retired, and the Mountain Ducks managed to limit damage. It is 2-0. Showman out in front. Back with inning number 5 on the other side of this break.
Redline Athletics is the Ozark's #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. the commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
David Edwards stands in for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Tyler Abma stays on the mound for the Showmen for the 5th. Big swinging Steve Reich there to start inning number 5. Another development in the Ozark Mountain Ducks dugout. So Tony Lewis has had to leave the stadium to get in the car and drive to Kansas City for a bankers conference because, yes, we all have day jobs, including the commish. So that means Missouri High School Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Famer Steve Lale has officially been handed the scorecard and is in charge of the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Here's a grounder to third. Calvin Dreyer staying down on it. Yeah, he will not have a chance at a throw. He would need 2 friends, I think, to set up a relay in order to make that throw. That is going to be scored as an infield hit for David Edwards. And I think that's pretty fair. That was very, very hard hit. Not a lot Dreyer could have done about it, really. So here's Kyle Carpenter. So acting managers for both clubs, and with the commissioner out of the stadium, I guess the acting commissioner of the Grip and Rip Baseball League right now is, well, me. Let's just hope the weather stays clear and beautiful. 2-0. Abma took a long look in at the sign from Jared Fox before coming home, and then Kyle Carpenter chopped it foul. Kyle is just a tough out. For a guy who was predominantly a college pitcher, he has really found it as an offensive threat in this league, and it drives opposing players crazy. 2-1 is outside. There's a big reason why Austin Kendrick wanted Kyle Carpenter on his team this year. He said, I'm tired of this kid having so much success against the Mountain Ducks. I wanted him on my team. Breaking ball, swung on, lifted into the trouble spot in shallow left. Running in and making a great play is Proc. And then he was thinking about trying to double off David Edwards at first base, but Edwards got back safely. So Devin Phillips gets the opportunity now. Phillips, the Mountain Ducks backstop. Abma from the chest. Missed outside with a fastball that Phillips declined to chase, and it's 1-0. This one's lifted into right, diving for it and not coming up with it is Brady Dean. Valiant effort, but this is going to be trouble. David Edwards given the go-around sign. He will score easily, and the Mountain Ducks cut it to 1. It is 2-1. And all the way around, To third base goes Devin Phillips. It's an RBI, but more importantly, a run comes across. So 2-1 the advantage. Still the Showmans. They're going to courtesy run Carpenter for Phillips, which is allowed because Carpenter's right ahead of Phillips in the order. Seth Burns is the batter. Swing and a miss there. Tyler Abma had not allowed a hit until this fifth inning, and the Mountain Ducks have manufactured a run on 2 hits. Well, Brady Dean tried to lay out and dive for the second out. The baseball did not find the glove. This gets away from the catcher, Jared Fox. Carpenter coming home. He scores, standing up. We are tied. 2-2 on a wild pitch. All knotted up, and it's a brand new game. So putting Steve Lale in charge of the Ozark Mountain Ducks, already paying dividends, as Coach Lale has skipped them back even with the Showman. 1-1, pitch to Seth Burns, fastball high. Well, Tyler Abma was untouchable for 4 innings, but the Mountain Ducks have solved a little something at least here in the 5th. 2-2 with 1 down. Abma's pitch to Burns, swung on, skyward it goes into center field. Easy pickings for the center fielder Jacob Carlson, the perennial all-star. Hauls that in, and it's 2 down. It's 2 down, nobody on, and it's once again birthday party time. Thomas McFarland stands in. He's going to get a little something from the skip, Steve Lale. Has a little something to say, sage advice, I guess, there. From Lale to McFarland. Maybe Steve just wanted to see more of the birthday party. So 2 outs, nobody on. 2-2 baseball game. Tyler Abma fires home. This is lifted way up into shallow right. Back is Spangler. And Twinkle Toes hauls it in and makes the catch for the out. So Tyler Abma pitched a gem. He allowed just 2 hits in 5 innings, but unfortunately for Abma, he also gave up 2 earned runs on those 2 hits and a wild pitch. So that makes the score 2-2, bottom of the 5th after this break.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
It's a brand new day for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. They bring 2 across in the 5th, and they are tied 2-2 with the Branson Showmen, but the Puple Gang will try to respond and punch back right here, right now. It'll be Spangler, McGreevy, and Rennie for Branson. Logan Prock waits in the wings to see if anybody can get on and give him a chance to bat here in the fifth. Spangler 3 for 12. Fouls this one off. First base side all the way out to the grassy berm that sits beyond the seats, but shy of the clubhouse and the bullpen. Nothing in one. You know, back in the day when this ballpark opened up in 1999 and the Ozark Mountain Ducks were playing in the Texas-Louisiana League, this ballpark would fill to capacity. Popped up. Phillips back. He got it. Off the grass and onto the lower cut dirt turf goes Devin Phillips. But it is a foul out to the catcher in the books for Matt Spangler. And John McGreevy bats. See, when the Ozark Mountain Ducks first launched and this ballpark opened, they would routinely sell it out. Matter of fact, they would cause traffic jams on all of the side streets here and all the way out onto US Highway 65 of fans driving from Springfield to the southern suburb of Ozark in order to see some baseball. So all the seats were full. You would see folks buying the general admission standing room, which meant picnic style seating out on the grassy berms. Here's a sharp grounder off the glove of the third baseman David Edwards, who's going to have to chase this now into foul territory, allowing McGreevy to go up and take second base. Wait to see what the official scorer has to say. They're going to give him the hit. So, hey, congratulations there, John McGreevy. Hit number 3 on the season for you. Comes at a good time. McGreevy is into scoring position for Carter Rennie in a tie ball game. Burns throws Rennie a fastball. Swung on, fouled off. Coming up tonight, it's baseball night in the Ozarks. The Republic Locos take on the first place Springfield Metropolitans. Big doings in the playoff picture, hanging the balance on that one. Breaking pitch from Burns misses high. So activity in both bullpens now. Devin Braswell warming for the Mountain Ducks in the left field pen. He is a lefty, and it's a righty getting warm in the right field pen for Branson, Calvin Dreyer. We are about to see action. Rennie back in. He's up in the count 2-1. Burns comes home. Curveball low. Devin Phillips blocking well. With a runner on second, it's 3 balls and a strike for Rennie. Another breaker, another ball. Carter Rennie is on, doing the job of the pesky leadoff man, drawing the walk. Fifth walk Seth Burns has issued today. This is his 5th inning of work. With 1 down, situation still manageable. Logan Prock stands in. 0 for 1 today, flew out to center field, and then he drew a walk in the 4th. He's behind here, 0-1. Seth worked curve inside, not enough curve to catch the strike zone. Prock backs off. Couple of Laclede County, Missouri guys going at it here, Burns and Prock. That was a fastball that did not hit the strike zone. 2-1. Short leads for both Showman runners. Burns threw a fastball. Proc swung on it and fouled it off. That's going to carry into the upper level of seats, but it ends up on the lower concourse. A little bit of plinko there. Price is Right style. Somebody's going to get 50 cents. That's a Bank of Missouri sponsorship this year. 2 and 2. Burns looks back at the lead runner, now comes home. Fired the change, that's high. Count is full for Logan Proc, the middle school special education teacher from Lebanon, Missouri, has worked it full in a tie ball game. Burns from the chest. Curveball. No, he walked him loaded. Back-to-back walks for Seth. Deep breath for both clubs, but here comes Jacob Carlson, who is 2 for 2 with 2 triples today. Not the guy you want to see in this situation if you are the Mountain Ducks. Nonetheless, they stick with Seth Burns. Jacob Carlson lifts a curveball into the gap in right center field. That is off the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. They will send a third, and Jacob Carlson has cleared them. A triple. 3 RBIs. It is 5-2 for the Branson Showmen. 3 triples in a single game for no joke Jacob Carlson. That was massive. Well, you had to pitch to him. The bases were juiced, but Carlson absolutely jumped on the first thing he saw and launched it. 1 hop and it was off the wall in right center field. 3 runs plated with 1 swing. 5-2 the lead for the Branson Showman. Jared Fox looks at a strike. Still 1 out on the board. Infielders playing in for the Mountain Ducks. They're thinking about trying to get Carlson at the plate. So Devin Phillips has got to know a ball in play is going to come back to him in a hurry. 1-1. Bouncer blocked. 2-1. Burns came back with an outside miss. Fastball down. Jared Fox gets the free pass, and now the Mountain Ducks, after 3 walks this inning by Seth Burns, are going to make a change. Steve Lale goes out to take the ball from Seth Burns, and Ozark will go to the pen. Should be the lefty Devin Braswell coming on. We'll take a timeout. This Henry's Towing pitching change with the score: Branson 5, Ozark 2. We're in the bottom of the 5th.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Devin Braswell on to try to put the flames out for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. They trail the Branson Showmen at 5-2. Braswell was a member of the Branson Showmen a season ago and an integral part of their success in reaching the Howard Bell Trophy finale. Thus far, Devin Braswell in 2023 with the Mountain Ducks, 5 innings, 5 earned runs on 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, a walk, and a hit batsman. Braswell, last pitched a week ago against Republic, went 3 innings, gave up 3 earned on 3 hits, struck out 3, so 4 threes in the stat column for Braswell. I can tell you he's in the tech industry. Works for a company called Mini Circuits. Originally from Hollister, Missouri, went to University of the Ozarks down in Arkansas, not to be confused with the College of the Ozarks. So here we go. The first batter Devin Braswell will see is his former teammate Toby Yorks. Hot shot grounder up the middle. Skylar Hinson, the shortstop, with it for 1. His throw to Parker in time for 2. So Devin Braswell needed 1 pitch to get 2 outs and get himself out of the inning. It's a 6-3 double play for the Mountain Ducks. Second one of those Skylar Hinson has turned in this game. But unfortunately for the Ducks, the Showmen scored 3 runs in that inning. And that is why, by virtue of that bases clearing triple off the bat of Jacob Carlson, the Branson Showmen have a 5-2 lead. Well, we are getting ready for the kids race in between the innings. And we're going to keep it here because we've got a guy in a rocket costume. I mean, that's amazing, first of all. But number 2, we've got some guys with speed to burn down there, including Showman first baseman's son, Fabi Rodriguez, son of David. I know he can run. We got a guy in an orange shirt and some Crocs. Bold move. Let's see how it goes. So, all right, you can see the kid in the rocket costume, which is amazing. Obviously, hard to run in for sure. Great start for Fabi, but oh no, here comes the girl on the outside. She's making the turn at third, and that is, I do believe, the chosen one. Mila Lewis home with the dub. And a high five from catcher Jared Fox. So good run, good race. It's a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Branson Showman. Calvin Dreyer has come on as Tyler Abma has exhausted his eligibility to pitch in this game. So Dreyer goes to the mound. Final line on Tyler Abma, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs on 2 hits, struck out 3, did not walk anybody, and threw 1 costly wild pitch. But by virtue of those 3 runs the Showman put up in the 5th, Tyler Abma in line for the dub if the boys can take care of business the rest of the way. Changes afoot defensively. Abma goes from the pitcher's mound to third, so that's just a swap. Tyler Abma and Calvin Dreyer position-wise. Coulter Rance has come on and is playing second base in the stead of Matt Spangler. Toby Yorks on at first, replacing David Rodriguez, and Kurt Brand is now out in left field. That is a swap for Logan Prock. Still Jacob Carlson in center and Brady Dean in right, and still Jared Fox behind the dish. And of course, Carter Rennie. He might be the Branson Showman shortstop forever at the rate he's going. So pretty good defensive group here for Branson. Again, left to right across the infield, Abma, Rennie, Rance, and Yorks. Brand, Carlson, and Dean in the outfield. Ethan Bryan is the batter for the Mountain Ducks, who now have a little bit of work cut out for them, trailing 5-2. First offering in the 6th inning, Ethan Bryan sees from Calvin Dreyer is a called strike on a breaking ball. 0-1. Dreyer again through the breaker. Ethan reached out, and yes, he was tricked into missing on a half swing there. 0-2. Dreyer again went to the junk. It is a strikeout to get his outing started. Down on strikes goes Bryan, and it brings up Nick Bacon. Bacon struck out at the hands of Tyler Abma his first time up. It's a different look this time for certain. Calvin Dreyer, more about control and movement than Tyler Abma. Dreyer, so far in 2023, 2 2/3 innings. He has allowed 2 earned runs on 4 hits, struck out 2, and walked 2. Another curve. I think we're going to see a steady diet of that from Calvin today. And why not? He's thrown it for strikes every time. Dreyer kicks and deals. Another breaking ball, and down goes Bacon. So get this. 6 pitches by Calvin Dreyer, 6 strikes, 2 strikeouts. Gotta love that if you are rooting on the Showman. Frustrating if you are pulling for the Mountain Ducks. Zach Ralph. He's gotten a look at Calvin Dreyer pitches before. So we'll see if he's got it scouted. And that is the first ball Calvin Dreyer has thrown. It's low and away. Perhaps he's being a little bit careful with the leadoff man, Zach Ralph. Yep, back to it. Ralph not fooled. He's going to do the smart thing here, keeping it on the shoulder until Dreyer can put one in the basket. There it was. Filthy movement on each of these from Calvin Dreyer. And he has found something here. 2-1, swung on, lifted. If it stays on the surface, Yorks will have a chance. Oh, goodness, half a step. It would have been a foul out. Instead, the ball dips to the turf. And Zach Ralph is now in a 2-2 count. Big hustle from Toby. Again, coming off of a back injury that has kept him out of action this season until today. Ralph pops this one. That's going to get foul just into the upper section of seats. So deuces wild for Zach Ralph, the IT worker. 2-2-2. Dreyer dipped a curveball. The count is full. Showman fans wanted it. Nonetheless, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The full house pitch. Curve swung on and grounded. Carter Rennie is going to have to hurry. He gunned it, but it is not in time to get the speedy Zach Ralph, who legs out an infield single. Slow rollers. The absolute bane of existence for left side infielders. And you see why. Zach Ralph using the run game. Undoubtedly having a spirited discussion with his real-life good friend Toby Yorks, the Branson first baseman over there. Skylar Henson bats for the Mountain Ducks, trailing by 3. Curveball swung on and lifted. Yorks ranging back. Dean didn't see it, and that's going to get down. Base hit for Skylar Henson. Mountain Ducks have to hold the runners, but nevertheless, the bases are chucked on a loopy fly ball that dips just into fair territory in right field off the bat of the Marionville Comets. Skylar Henson, his first hit of the day, comes at a great time. Apologies, bases are not loaded. It's first and third for Justin Parker. He does represent a tying run for Ozark, trailing still by 3, and Parker has homered as late as August of 2023 to be exact. So Parker is now 7 for 18 on the campaign with 4 extra base hits. There's a curve. No. I'm just going to stop saying there's a curve. They've all been curves from Calvin Dreyer. 1-1. Works it out that time. Parker chased. That's really the question here. Does he go in? Does he go out? Everything's moving. Showman fielders slightly playing Parker to pull. That was again outside. He reached for it. It's into left, and it gets down in front of the left fielder, Kurt Brand. 1 run scores. Henson woes up at third, and Justin Parker hits himself an RBI double. So 5-3 is the score. Mountain Ducks cut into the advantage, and they extend an inning. So David Edwards is 1 for 2. A strikeout and an infield single against Tyler Abma. It's the first time he's seeing Calvin Dreyer. 2 outs, 2 men in scoring position. The tying run standing on second base, Justin Parker for the Mountain Ducks. Dreyer worked him in. Good block from the catcher, Jared Fox. Ball 1. Edwards steps out to adjust the batting gloves. Now he gets back into the right-handed batter's box. (1-0), and Edwards way out in front. After seeing Tyler Abma fastballs, that Calvin Dreyer curve just looks like it hangs in the air. 1-1. Edwards reaches that time, and it's foul. So Calvin Dreyer, yes, he's conceded a run, but he could punch his way out in a big way here. One-two pitch. They work it in, and that did hit David Edwards. He will be awarded first base. It's the 3rd time this season David Edwards has been hit by a pitch. And that loads him for Kyle Carpenter. So Kyle 0 for 2 today. Flew out to left field last time. He is 3 for 12, so 250 for the season. Was 10 for 32 a year ago. Was 6 for 13 his rookie year with Nixa. He was used more as a pitcher than an all-around guy. Off of a season where he hit .313. Kyle Carpenter helps his batting average here. That's into center field. Carlson fires one home, but the tying run comes across. Justin Parker head first. We are all knotted up 5-5. It's an RBI, a 2 RBI base hit rather, for David Edwards. A single, 1 hopper into shallow center field, but that gets the job done. Brand new ball game, 5-5. 4 hits this inning for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. They've put up 3 in the 6th, all of them earned for Calvin Dreyer. And here's Devin Phillips, who tripled and drove in a run his last time. He's got an excellent chance here. David Edwards, the runner on second. Kyle Carpenter, the runner at first. Another breaking ball over the middle. Rennie with it elects to step on the bag ahead of Kyle Carpenter for the force out. And that will get the Branson Showman out of the inning. But not before the Mountain Ducks do some serious damage. 3 runs, including a 2 RBI single by Kyle Carpenter, have us all knotted up. 5-5. Back with more Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free right here on YouTube. Coverage this season and all season long is brought to you by Central Bank of the Ozarks. Strong roots, endless possibilities.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Devin Braswell back to the hill for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. He will be able to pitch this 6th inning. And if it's going well, he could also pitch the 7th. That's how the rules work here in Grip and Rip Baseball. So Braswell entered in the 5th, even though he only threw 1 pitch and got 2 outs. That counts as an inning worked under the limit. So Braswell can throw the 6th, which is where we are now, and the 7th. Bottom of the 6th, about to get going here. It'll be a pinch hitter for Branson to get us started. This is Josh Reno. So it'll be Josh Reno, then Tyler Abma and Calvin Dreyer scheduled to bat for Branson. Reno entering in the stead of David Rodriguez. It's Josh, the Greene County Sheriff's Deputy and a graduate of the Drury Law Enforcement Academy. Lives in Republic, Missouri, but a native of Branson. Actually went to Branson High School. So a little bit of a full circle moment here for Reno, playing for his hometown club. He's ahead of Devin Braswell 1-0. This is a lefty versus lefty matchup. This makes things a little bit interesting for DJ Braswell. He's used to mowing through the right-handers. 1-1. High kick. Slider delivered for a strike. That's how filthy Devin Braswell can be when the pitches are hooking up as they should. 1-2 to Reno. Thought about it, did not chase. It's in the dirt. Braswell wanted it, he didn't get it. So the count's even here, 2-2. Reno ducked, down on strikes. It's a called strike 3. He's trying to argue the pitch was at eye level. Man in charge not buying it. The talking continues. He's going to have to be careful. So Reno arrives back in the dugout after that strikeout by Braswell. The batter for the Showman is Tyler Abma. 5-5 ball game. Abma 0 for 1 with a walk today. Came into this game 5 for 17, so he's 5 for 18 now, with 2 walks to his credit through 5 games. Swing and a drive into center field. In to get that is the birthday boy, Thomas McFarland, breathing some life into that party behind home plate, just slightly to the third base side. They're going nuts in section 104 for Thomas McFarland. He has consistently brought crowds, and for that we thank him. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Calvin Dreyer. Started the game at third base. Sat back on the breaking pitch and lifted it into right. Could be trouble, and it is. It is down for a base hit. Into the bullpen it goes, so it's going to be a ground rule double call. And it is a hit for Calvin Dreyer. So double to right field in the books. And the go-ahead run is in scoring position for the Showman with 2 down, and Coulter Rance, well, entered the game as a defensive replacement for Matt Spangler. Now he will bat in Spanky's spot in the order. Coulter Rance, the lead pastor at Calvary Baptist Church in Nixa, Missouri. Has a master's from Southwest Baptist University, a doctorate from Lindenwood. You'll see a runner for the pitcher here. This is Proc running for Dreyer. Again, free subbing, courtesy running, if you will, allowed for pitchers and catchers here in the grip and rip. So this is Logan Proc, who made the out prior, allowed to run for Calvin Dreyer with no penalty. 0-1 to Coulter Rance. Swings at a fastball and lifts it foul, right in the direction of the concession stand on the first base side, upper concourse. Coulter back in. "0-2 from Braswell is another fastball swung and chopped at the third baseman Edwards, who turned a tough throw but got the out. Justin Parker able to hang on and drag that back toe to get the out. So the Showmen threaten but come away empty-handed against Devin Braswell. The score remains 5-5. We head to the stretch inning. Right here, right now, I'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsor, Henry's Towing, title sponsor of Grip and Rip Baseball for several years running now. And remember, when you're in a jam on the side of the road, you got to let Henry do it.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
So the Branson Showmen are going to stick with Calvin Dreyer, although they do have Jacob Carlson getting loose in the right field pen. So Jacob Carlson, in the absence of manager Cole Rourke, stands poised to call his own number. Logan Proc has gone to center field for Branson. Kurt Brand is in left. They stick with Brady Dean in right, and the infield defense stays the same. Fox behind the dish, Abma at third, Rennie at short, Rance at second, and Yorks at first. Devin Braswell is the batter for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. He golfs one into right, but that is going to be handled. And apologies, that is not Brady Dean. That is Josh Reno hauling it in and making the catch. 1 down. Thomas McFarland bats, and it once again brings his cheering section to its feet. McFarland 0 for 2 today with a foul out and a pop out. Looked at a steer right there from Dreyer. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first time we've seen something that wasn't a curveball in a while from Calvin. Back to the curve he goes. Just rolling it off the edge of the table for strike 2. So if I'm just reading the tea leaves here, Jacob Carlson out there getting warm in the Branson pen as McFarland goes down on strikes. I think his thought was he would enter this game at the first real sign of trouble for Dreyer. However, Calvin just sat a man down on strikes. Ethan Bryan comes to scratch here in the top of the 7th with 2 down. So Carlson may be trying to set himself up for a 2-inning save situation, or a 2-inning win rather. It's a tie ball game. That's a fly out to Kurt Brand in left. Brand hangs on to the can of corn. So a 1-2-3 inning for Calvin Dreyer. Much more what he's looking for on the pitcher's mound, and it is 7th inning stretch time with the score Showman 5, Mountain Ducks 5, all knotted up. In the GRBL, the 7th inning stretch brought to you by Sumit's Hot Yoga. And at Sumit's Hot Yoga, you are going to feel awesome.
I need to change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Devin Braswell back out for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. The 7th inning is the last inning he'll be able to work. First batter he sees is Brady Dean, who got tied up by a slider for a strike. So Dean batting in the 10 position in the order in the stead of John McGreevy. Swings and bounces this one back off the pitcher's mound to get it as Braswell. His throw to Parker is in time for the first out. So back to the top of the order go the Showmen. Carter Rennie, the shortstop, comes to bat. 0 for 2 today. He has grounded to short twice. Walked his last time up. Braswell from the midsection bends in the slider for a strike. Braswell a little bit amped up. Tie ball game, 5-5, bottom of the 7th. Tried a 2-seamer, but Rennie was not fooled. Watched it go outside, ball 1. Pretty good combo there for Braswell. 2-seamer and a slider from a lefty. There it was for a strike. That was the slider. So it's 1-2. Got him looking. Devin Braswell coming out filthy in the bottom of the 7th. Rennie goes down looking. And so Kurt Brand steps in. He is pinch hitting for Logan Prock. One for 6 this season is Kurt Brand, although did raise a point of contention with me last week. He grounded into a play and reached safely on what was ultimately scored an error. He said to me, Rance, come on. There should be a simple flow chart here. Did Kurt hit the ball? If the answer is yes, you ask, did Kurt reach safely? If the answer to that is yes, should be a hit for Kurt. You know, Kurt is so doggone likable, I'd probably agree to it. That's a slider for a strike out of the hand of Devin Braswell, who's jumped ahead 0-2. Kurt Brand, nicknamed The Suit, a rehabilitation manager, a physical therapist at Cox Health in Springfield. Didn't put it into play that time, swings over the top of a Braswell slider, and that's back-to-back Ks for DJ. 3 strikeouts for Braswell in 2 2/3 innings of work, and we will go to the 8th, all knotted up, 5-5. Back with more Grip and Rip baseball after this.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are gonna feel awesome.
Showmen send Calvin Dreyer to the pitcher's mound once again. He pitched the 6th and the 7th. He's got the 8th if he can do it. It'll be Bacon, Ralph, and Henson this inning for the Mountain Ducks, starting off with Nick Bacon, the singer turned Apple Pay specialist. Now from Marshfield, Missouri, well hit into center field. Adjusting, backpedaling, and making the catch is Logan Prock for the out. So hard hit ball right at somebody. Tale as old as time in this game. Brings up Zach Ralph. Zach came into the day 4 for 13. A hot liner, and soaring through the air is Carter Rennie. Pulling it down, drops Zach Ralph to 1 for 4 today. Drops him to 5 for 17 for the season. Still very good, but doesn't do much for the Mountain Ducks in a 5-5 ball game. Here's Henson, 1 for 3 today. Dreyer starts him with a high slider. (1-0), make it 2-0. Curve, swing, and a miss. Henson took a hack with big intent. Still ahead in the count, 2-1. Another breaking pitch, another swing and a miss. Henson having trouble timing Calvin Dreyer. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Check swing. No, he did not. We're full. It's 2 outs, nobody on. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Calvin Dreyer trying to send us to the bottom of the 8th, tied. Rung him up, looking, down on strikes. Goes the Marionville Comet, and Skylar Henson, the 3rd Mountain Duck to strike out this inning. 4 Ks on the day for Calvin Dreyer. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Or check that, I read the wrong column. My mistake. So 4 strikeouts for Calvin Dreyer. Big correction there. Nonetheless, 2 consecutive shutout innings for him, and we will go to the bottom of the 8th on the other side of this break.
Redline Athletics is the Ozark's #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
It's a Henry's towing pitching change for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Devin Braswell hit the limit, so he must yield here in the bottom of the 8th. And if you must hand it off to somebody, why not give it to the league's all-time leader in innings pitched, the Marionville Comet, Skylar Hinson, the right-hander out of University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. He has pitched 9 2/3 innings in 2023, giving up 10 earned runs on 4 hits, 11 strikeouts to 7 walks. Came into the 2023 campaign with a 2.53 career ERA across 199 innings pitched. And at present, with 186 strikeouts, he is tied for the league's all-time lead with Andy Galley. Steerike thrown to Jacob Carlson, and it's 0-1. Swinging a hot shot, dive by Seth Burns, the shortstop, throwing from a prone position, and he threw it away. Maybe should have just held on. Instead, Carlson is going to go up and take second base. And the tying run goes into scoring position for the Branson Showmen. They score that as a hit, by the way, for Jacob Carlson. He's now 4 for 4 today. Infield single and E6 is how we'll mark it in the book. Jared Fox comes to bat. Fox today 1 for 1 with an RBI single way back in the first. He has since walked twice. First offering he sees from Hinson is 2-seam gas for a strike. Skylar Hinson's got the velocity dialed up today. That was a slider for a ball on the outer half. Fastball, swing and a miss by Fox. He's now in the hole here, 1-2. Skylar Hinson in a tie ball game. And he could, in theory, carry the Mountain Ducks into extras if it comes to that. Pretty good check throw there. Pickoff move back to second base, but Carlson back in safely on his stomach. He'll lead off once again, nobody out. Big chance for Branson if they can solve the Hall of Famer Skylar Hinson, inducted at the end of the 2022 season. Deuces for Jared Fox, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fox chops this one to the shortstop. Burns up with it, fires across to Parker in time. Justin kept that back foot down. Fox retired successfully for the first time today. Bring up Toby Yorks. Toby 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a ground out. Did draw a walk in the 4th. Rolla, Missouri native who now resides in Springfield. Looked at a slider for a strike there. 14 hits in 40 chances for the Showman last season. For Toby, absolute banger of a year, hitting .350. 1-1 now. Henson's next pitch, fastball for a strike. Henson, an imposing force on that pitcher's mound. Taking a long look in, and now he steps off. Now he steps back in. Now Yorks has stepped out. He's back in. And yes, we will dance, and yes, it will be a slow jam. The 1-2. Slider, no. Did not catch the low and away corner, Skylar Henson. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Aquarist. Fastball. Swung on and chopped. Henson off the mound. His play is at first, and he will do it. Jacob Carlson. Some heady and fast base running. Took off and made it safely to third, leaving Skylar Henson's only chance at a play at first. So that's what he did. Carlson 90 feet away in a tie ball game. Josh Reno stands in for the Showman. 0 for 1 today. There's a cut and a liner foul. Down the left field line it went. Reno back in. Deep breath. Henson kicks and deals. That was another two-seamer. This is lifted into foul territory. A dive and then off the chest of the sliding left fielder Kyle Carpenter. So Josh Reno still in it. Carpenter slapped his hands together in frustration. Would have liked to have made that grab and gotten out of the inning. Nonetheless, Skylar Henson is climbing back up the mound. He's ahead here 0-2. Winds and fires. Swung on, grounded, foul again. Josh Reno was late to swing, but he saw it all the way into the bat. That red, white, and blue baseball bat. Josh Reno wielding. Now Henson steps off. Now there was a ball loose in foul territory. That was the reason for the slight delay. Here comes the 0-2. Oh, slipped out of the hand of Skylar Henson, who was trying to throw a slider. So a ball and 2 strikes. Carlson salivating on third base. Swing and a miss. Skylar Henson gets Josh Reno with a 2-seam fastball and was fired up in doing so. We stay tied. Headed into the 9th, 5-5. Showmen are going to have to make a pitching change. We will tell you about it right after this.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Tie ball game to the 9th inning. Jacob Carlson is on. It's a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Branson Showmen. And their acting manager has called his own number And the absolute crunchiest of crunch times. Jacob Carlson's last outing was a good one against Moon City. He pitched 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, did not allow a run, and struck out 2 batters. So far in 2023, Carlson from the mound has pitched 4 1/3. He's allowed 1 earned run on 6 hits, struck out 4, and walked 1 batter. Told me this is the kind of situation he's used to, especially as a high schooler. He went to Nixa High School, where he was a good 2-sport athlete, also a football quarterback. But he would usually take up a middle infield position for the early workings of a ball game, and then would be called upon late in the action to go toe that rubber and shove for the win. Also did it a little bit as a college athlete at College of the Ozarks at the NAIA level. C of O was in the NAIA at that time when Carlson attended. Broke into the GRBL in 2019, so this is his 5th season. It's not going to be easy for Carlson. 5-5 is the score. Justin Parker, the offensive leader of the Ozark Mountain Ducks, stands in the right-handed batter's box. His first pitch is outside for a ball. JP 1 for 3 today with an RBI double. That came in the 6th. Swings at this one. It's going to be over the head of the shortstop Carter Rennie. Base hit for the Mountain Ducks. Justin Parker hits a rally starter into left field, and he is on for David Edwards. Edwards 1 for 2 today. He's got an infield single. Edwards in with nobody out and a runner on. Carlson threw him a slider for a strike. David Edwards, one of those guys who talks to himself, moves around a lot. There's just a lot of motion as part of his hitting routine. 0-1. Swing and a fan. Edwards drops the bat. Now the umpire is going to check on him. Time is called. Umpire having a chat with David Edwards about trying to keep things moving a little bit, I think. Not sure if David tweaked something or if he just feels like taking a long walk in the park. So he's come full circle. Back into the batter's box he goes, down 0-2. Loads up toward the front of the box. You don't see that much in this league. Most guys hug the back. Maybe Edwards just looking for some fair and square footing. I don't know. 1-2. Runner feigned a takeoff. Parker. Carlson bounced it, so perhaps JP's trickery did its job of breaking Carlson's concentration for a split second. Deuces for David Edwards, nobody out. Tie ball game, top of the 9th for the Ocala, Florida native. Carlson from the chest. Swing and a liner. This is in the air into center field. That's down for a hit. Parker running for third. Throw comes in, not in time. He's safe. Edwards stops at first. Back-to-back hits for the Mountain Ducks. First and third, nobody out. Golden opportunity for Kyle Carpenter. He was the hero back in the 6th with a 2 RBI single that tied the game. Can he do it again? Carpenter 1 for 3 today, but the 1 was an awfully big one. So he's 4 for 13. out of John Wood Community College. Looks at a fastball low. St. Charles, Missouri, Kyle Carpenter's hometown. He went to St. Dominic High School, 2 years of JUCO. Did not play college baseball at the university level, but did play for the club team at Missouri State University. But he's found home in the GRBL, that's for certain. 2-0 pitch to Carpenter, that's high. 3-0. Mountain Ducks rallying. Carpenter showed bunt, then pulled it back. It's a strike thrown. In the Showman, without Cole Rourke, it's at this point effectively Carlson or nothing. Swing and a miss there. I mean, they've got some guys who could pitch, I guess, if they needed to. But Jacob Carlson has pushed his chips to the middle of the table. Now he will step. Three balls, two strikes. Carpenter lifts it in the air, left field. Brand settles under it and makes the catch. Parker tags up, throw comes in. That will not get him. 6-5. Mountain Ducks take the lead. A sac fly, RBI for Kyle Carpenter. And the Ducks take the lead. Not over. Here's Devin Phillips batting. Runner on first is still David Edwards. 1 out. This is grounded to the second baseman. Spangler to Rennie for 1. The throw to first in time. It's a 4-6-3 double play, but the damage done. Mountain Ducks hang one on the board and have a 6-5 advantage. It is the commercial-free ninth inning presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks. Central Bank Company, strong roots, endless possibilities. Coming up later tonight, a 6 o'clock start time baseball night in the Ozarks. Springfield Metropolitans, Republic Locos. Should be a pretty good tussle. And an interesting development in the way of starting pitchers in this one. Locos are going to start Ethan Stinger on the mound. That is not that surprising. But the Springfield Mets have listed Jaron Dishman as their starting pitcher. We thought he was lost for the season due to an injury. But not only is he on the active roster, he's in the starting lineup tonight. Skylar Henson on, getting warm to try to close out what is now not a save situation. This is a win situation for Skylar Henson. If he can get 3 outs without allowing a run right here, right now, in inning number 9. Showman lineup, it'll be Tyler Abma, then Calvin Dreyer and Matt Spangler. That's a pretty good part of the order. If you gotta send 3, that's not a bad 3 to send. Brady Dean would be the next man up, should anyone reach. And that's not a bad option either. So Henson's got his work cut out for him. But the Mountain Ducks, for the moment, leading 6-5 in the bottom of the 9th, and they, goodness sakes. So Henson threw his 8th warm-up toss wild, then Devin Phillips threw down to second. The guys in the middle of the infield mishandled that. Just assorted ugliness for the Ducks. Chalk it up to jitters, I guess. But here we go. Tyler Abma stands in. Left to right across the infield for Ozark. It's Edwards, Burns, Ralph, and Parker. Tyler Abma looks at a strike, and it's 0-1. Grounded back up the middle. Skylar Henson fielded it cleanly. Didn't have to leave the pitcher's mound even, and it's 1 down. So here's Calvin Dreyer, 1 for 3 with a double. Dreyer for the season, 6 for 17. Watches that slider miss the zone for ball 1. Back to it goes Henson. This is lifted in the air, shallow right center. It's a base hit for Dreyer. Looking up, he'll stop at first. Nonetheless, the tying run is aboard for the Showman, and the go-ahead run comes to home plate. His name, Matt Spangler. Matt's 0 for 2 today. 3 for 13 for the campaign. Longtime GRBL fans would tell you that just means he's due. Looked at a strike there on the outer half. Whew. Slider. Hits it from the chest. Fastball swung on, lifted foul. And just like that, the old Marionville Comet is ahead in the count. 0-2 with 1 down, bottom of the 9th. Henson sets. Ooh. Got him looking. Matt Spangler looks back. Oh, goodness. Matt Spangler, normally a gentleman ball player, visibly hot under the collar. Nonetheless, that's 2 outs, and the Mountain Ducks 1 out away. Now a firm word of warning as the face mask came off of the plate umpire. That is Charlie Foley behind the plate for this one, and I think deservedly so. You know, you can look back at him once and probably get away with it, but when you stop and keep talking, that's when you teeter into the territory of unacceptability. Dreyer's going to take off. Pitch ricochets off of Phillips' glove to the backstop, and so Calvin motors into scoring position for Brady Dean. Hold on. It ain't over yet. And the Branson Showmen know that. The curtain has not fallen. It is 2-0 to Dean. King of on-base percentage. He has walked twice. He's been hit by a pitch once this season. He got walked a league high 10 times in 2022. Looked at a strike there. 2-1. West Plains native Brady Dean back in the left-handed batter's box. He's a switch hitter. Henson threw him a fastball. Dean was over the top. Timing was good, but a foul ball. 2-2. Mountain Ducks and Skylar Henson trying to get their second win of 2023. Henson from the chest. Kicks and fires. It's a slider. Swung on, fouled off. We will set it up and do it again. Two outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brady Dean stands in. Skylar Henson comes set from the chest. Oh my goodness, that slider did not slide, and we're full up. Bottom of the 9th, full count, 2 outs. This is what you play for. Henson sets, kicks and deals. Got him looking. A 2-seam fastball, and that will punctuate it. 6-5. The Ozark Mountain Ducks are winners. They come back from a, oh my goodness. They come back from a 5-2 deficit to win 6-5. Well, Skylar Henson came on and pitched 2 shutout innings for the win, but when it comes to the elite promotions, elite performer of the game, we got to go with Kyle Carpenter. His line today, 1 for 3, but it is 3 RBIs that get it done for Carp, including the game-winning run. Kyle Carpenter, the elite promotions elite performer of the game, and the Mountain Ducks improve to 2 and 3. Branson Showmen fall to 2 and 3. But very importantly for Ozark, they have beaten the Showmen twice, and therefore Ozark holds a head-to-head criteria advantage over Branson. So therefore, in the GRBL South, it is Nixa in front at 3 and 2, Ozark out of the cellar and into second place, and the Branson Showmen fall to third at 2 and 3. GRBL South could still be anyone's by the time it's all over, with 2 games remaining in the regular season for all 3 teams. We will talk some things over with some members of the victorious Mountain Ducks on the other side of a long break here. Back with you right after this. 6-5, a thriller ends in the favor of the Ozark Mountain Ducks. They defeat the Branson Showmen today, improve to 2-3 on the season, and climb into second place in the GRBL South Division standings. Pleased to be joined by our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the Game, Kyle Carpenter. And Kyle, let's pick up with that right there. 2-3 sounds a heck of a lot better than 1-3, and then you guys are also out of the basement, so this was a huge win for you guys today.
Yeah, definitely. We're getting a lot of traction. Seth's throwing good for us, and things are just going right.
So first of all, let's walk back. You guys trailed 5-2 going into the 6th, and then you're able to hang 3 runs on the board against some pretty lethal curveballs from Calvin Dreyer. You end up with a 2 RBI single out into center field. What'd you see on the play?
He's actually throwing knuckleballs up there. I never knew Calvin had it in him. Just going up there, I knew I wanted to hit the ball hard. I think it was bases loaded, 2 outs, and yeah, just trying to hit the ball hard somewhere.
So let's talk about your landing spot here with the Ozark Mountain Ducks. It's your 3rd year in the GRBL, 3rd club you have played on, and Austin Kendrick told me, I was just really tired of Kyle Carpenter having his best stuff against us, so that was why I drafted him. So, how do you fit in on the, the good guys, the golden boys of the GRBL?
Yeah, I think AK, he did a good job drafting this year. I think we got a good team, and, I've seen him. I've always known I wanted to play on one of his teams eventually, and I'm glad I get to do it this year.
So kind of a different role for you. We've seen you be a starting pitcher. We've seen you be a closing pitcher. We've seen you play some first base, but Kyle Carpenter, left fielder, why not?
Yeah, no, that's my pretty natural position besides
really?
pitcher.
Okay.
So when I was playing first base last year, I wasn't necessarily all that comfortable, but outfield, it's where I have a lot of fun.
Is that just one of those things where, oh, hey, that guy's left-handed, let's make him a first baseman?
I think so, yeah.
So a little more at home in the outfield. I know you played some outfield for some very successful slow pitch teams, but it's a little bit different out here, isn't it?
It definitely is. It definitely is, especially me sliding for this ball over here in foul territory. It hit me in the hand. It hit everything but my glove. So I know that wouldn't have happened in slow pitch, but, I'm still reining it in here with baseball.
You guys got out of the inning anyway. So, did you play some outfield in high school at St. Dominic?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, at junior college, you were predominantly a pitcher, right?
Yep, I was pitcher only. Didn't even get to hit, so getting out here and getting at bats is, a whole lot of fun.
It's fun. That is definitely the scouting report on Kyle Carpenter as a hitter is like, gosh, that guy is pesky, and he just doesn't go away. You got the open stance, and I know that kind of drives some guys nuts, but
oh yeah, just throwing my hands through, trying to put the bat on the ball. I don't really care where it goes.
I know it doesn't matter how they get there; they all count, and that's Kyle Carpenter baseball, man. It's a lot of fun to watch. So next week, you guys are, if I am not mistaken, let's look ahead a little bit. September the 24th. Yeah, you're in prime time. It'll be the Nixa Suckers on baseball night in the Ozarks. So you guys right now a game back. Big opportunity, to say the least, for the Mountain Ducks to continue the climb out of the cellar.
Yeah, we owe them a little bit. They beat up on us last time, so hopefully we can, put up some runs on them.
And I know you've been in this league long enough to know it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But what would that mean to you to be able to put together a playoff run?
Oh, that'd be awesome. I've fallen short my first couple of years, and I'd love to make a good run this year.
Well, good luck. Get after it. Kyle Carpenter, our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the Game. By day, you can catch him doing work for Cintas, keeping Springfield in uniform, so to speak. But on Sundays, Kyle Carpenter is apparently a hard-hitting left fielder now, and why not? 3 RBIs today in a 6-5 victory over the Branson Showmen. Well, today's game has been produced and directed by Derek Saiko. Our executive producer is Tony Lewis. Coming up tonight at 6, you're going to want to stream it right here on the YouTube channel, the Springfield Metropolitans and the Republic Locos. Until then, I'm Rance Berger. Good night from Ozark, Missouri.